All right, when last we left off, I was discussing method 2.0 stuff, specifically the critical leverage point, the center of mass of the disc as it's accelerating in a high G field when you accelerate it quickly with your legs, where the disc gets super heavy, and your brain almost predetermines and maps where your swing is going to be fastest to correspond to that. It's a thing you can figure out intuitively once you're using the method properly to accelerate the disc quickly. But there's been a key piece, a key disconnection in my form between the form that I was able to produce without a disc in hand, and I'll demonstrate it right now. The easiest thing in the world, biomechanically, so quick and efficient. Basically everything braced forward. If you look at my form in these swings and what's producing the energy, it's basically perfect form, but I couldn't quite get it to translate to throwing a disc. It was really frustrating. I would add the inertial mass of the disc into that swing, into this mechanism that my body is producing, and I could not get the disc to come out in the right spot perfectly. My brain was anticipating that I needed to bear down the disc. It would create tension through my arm, involuntary tension, the thing that sabotages so many people. And that involuntary tension would transfer to my left foot, oddly enough. So I would take a stride and I'd be thinking grip tight, and this leg would turn, overturn. I'd still be balanced, but it would overturn and change the angle. So that when I would stride out at an angle where my feet were not pointing linearly towards my target. The consequence of that is that I would drag the disc in a circle to accelerate it, which prevented me from feeling a lot of the late leverage before the disc came out, and invariably made the throw a lot less powerful. It made it a lot less fast. It did, however, make it spinny and powerful. So what I changed was this. All I did was I focused on keeping the back foot completely lateral and straight. And the other key piece of this was that I made my hand loose. A loose, floppy grip, which is something I experimented with about 6-7 months ago when I was really honing in on the method at the beginning. And I needed to uncouple that intention of gripping the disc tightly. And then gradually I was able to start gripping the disc harder again and make everything work, but it was still screwing me up at the end. And so I made this tiny little change. All I did was just cradle the disc gently in my hand like an egg, like you'd hold an egg, so that it was analogous to how my hand felt when I threw without a disc. And the thing is that because my brain now knows where the disc is going to accelerate, right here, my brain knows when to bear down on it, when to hold it and grip it tightly. I already understand it. At that point, I'm powerful and fast when I need to be, and loose and whippy at all the other times. Grip the disc lightly, cradle it gently. I'm going to demonstrate in a video that's coming up in a sec just how effective this is. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.